everybody, and welcome to Breaktime Conversations, a YouTube channel where I have conversations around education. I have been a teacher all my life, and along my journey, I have met so many interesting and inspiring people. And so I decided to document my conversations with them here so that you too can hear their stories and the amazing work that they do. I'm here today with Patience Osinaike. She's an award-winning child protection advocate and volunteer. She's an early years practitioner, and she's a certified swim instructor. She's a radio host. Wow, Patience, that all sounds so exciting. Thank you so
Thank
much for
you.
being here, Patience.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the introduction. Those are the little things I do. And the amazing thing is they are all about children. All about children. I teach children how to swim. I work with children and their parents in the classroom. And of course, in local communities, I volunteer to reach out to the undeserved families and children, especially those who don't have access to quality education. So you see, it's all about children, and it's
Lovely.
really exciting to to see
Yeah.
the faces. To see the faces, and they're like, oh, there's someone out there that really cares about us. That wants to make sure that we're fine, even if we're not having so much. But she's able to reach out. She's able to voice out our needs, and of course, render help. Right? Connecting people that could be of more help to
Yeah.
this individual. So it's amazing. I love working with children. I love teaching us essentially, and of course, the younger children.
Yes, yes, me too, me too. So I think that's what brings us here together because I met you at the fellowship for early years, and so that's how I got in touch with your patients. So anyway, today I would really for you to talk to us about child safety. So child safety at home, in school, in the playground, and all that we as teachers, parents, caregivers, what we need to do to protect our children.
Amazing. This is a very important topic. And I'm so happy that we're talking about this because we will always have children around us. We will always have either our biological children or our friends' children or the neighbors' children. We will always have children around us. You're always everywhere. You turn your head and you're there. And it is important for us to be able to ensure that they are safe. And because of the nature of a child, they're very curious. They want to explore, they want to move, they want to go places, and even most of when you tell them, they don't do this or don't go there, they're like, why? They want to know why. When you even give them reasons, they want to try it. So the other side is they can't really tell or know when to stop or when it's okay, I'm going too far, I'm going to hurt myself, I'm going to get into more trouble, I'm going to get injured. And that is why this topic is important. Now, from the definition, it says child safety is all about limiting children exposure to hazard and, of course, their risk to harm. Limiting and protecting them from anything that could bring harm to them, that could bring injury, that could bring trauma to the children. And we also need to understand that we all are responsible for every child's safety. It is not just about, oh, it's just the teacher's job, it's just the parent, there's the caregivers. We all are responsible. We need to be on the lookout every now and then and make sure that, okay, there's a child close by, that child needs to be safe. Is that child safe? What can I do to ensure that the child is safe? What education can I give to this child to ensure that this child is safe? And why do we do this? Like I said, to keep them away from harm, from hazard, from having more injuries. It is very important, and to also promote their effective growth and development, healthy living, safe living. For them to know that what you can explore, but you need to understand that you can't go to the kitchen when I'm boiling water and it's so super hot and you want to get it off when I've not asked you to do it, or when I know that you can't do it. We need to be able to educate them on that. And of course, in every other places as well, school, home, and the playground.
I love that, Patience. I love that you say that we are all responsible, because many times as parents, we think, okay, that's the teacher's job. Or as teachers, we think,
Yes.
that's the parents' job. But yes, we are all responsible. And yes, we really need to educate them. So, what got you into doing this, Patience? I mean, you seem really passionate about this. So, what brought you into the field and made you so passionate about what you do?
Okay, so because I'm very, very curious when it comes to children, I want to be around them. And I also want to make sure that I'm giving them the best opportunity to learn as much as possible. And not just me, of course the parents. Okay. Now with learning comes responsibility, if that as the teacher or the parent. Now, because we also give them activities, we want them to explore, we want them to do things, we want them to, just make use of the environment. Now, I had to realize that sometimes we don't care about their safety. We just allow them to be. And sometimes we just make a children will always be children, which is very true. But if we don't have the knowledge and the understanding of why they need to be safe, why they need to be kept safe, then there's going to be a whole lot of problem. Because if a child is not being educated on what to do, how to handle things, that child is going to get into trouble or probably get injured, and the child won't be able to carry on the learning activities that you have planned. Okay, so my curiosity to be able to make them learn and enjoy learning, I also feel that they also need to be able to keep safe so they can enjoy more learning activities. And that, cut across everywhere, even with the parents. So even at home, when I give activities for the parents to work with the children at home, I'm like, you please allow them to do this, but also make sure they are safe. Keep them safe. Their safety is very important. Like I tell my children, safety first. You're at home, you're probably writing your homework, you're trying to get things done, and your door is open. Whatever you're doing there, you're not safe. You can't speak of your safety right now because the door is open. Anybody can come in. A stranger can just walk into the house. And they had to understand that. So I'm big on learning, and I'm also big on safety. You have to learn, but you have to be safe to be able to learn effectively.
Yeah, yeah. So you mentioned
Yes.
activities. So what are the kind of activities that you do with your children or at home or at school? Can you share some
Yes,
activities with
so
us?
of course, so I do a lot of art and craft activities. I do more project-based learning. We have tags every week that we have to do, and of course, I make sure I involve the parents as well. This is what we're doing this week. Daddy, mommy, this is how you can support us. These are the things that we need from the hub. Some things we're not using anymore, recycling items that you can send to school for us to make use of. Something to keep them busy and for them to be able to think and create. So craft, activity boards, puzzles, games, just name it, a whole lot. And of course, writing,
Yeah.
writing, presentation. Yeah, so I did a lot of reading. You read the book, then you come present to everyone in the house. Hear everyone in the house. Okay, I read this book. I'm just gonna act like the narrator, just share with you my lessons from the book. Yes.
Very nice. So I've always wondered. So, when we raise awareness among parents and among children about safety and the need for
Yes.
them to be safe, does it make them, sometimes imagine things, or does it make them very scared or always on guard all the time? Does it affect them in that way? Have you seen that?
Yes. Yes, yes, I have several times. When we tell parents about, okay, these are the safety rules at home. For instance, you don't leave your iron plugged in without, there's nobody using it and it's just plugged in there. You have to be able to unplug it, or your kettle or the electric cooker. So when we talk to parents about those things, there's a bit of fear. You're scared, and sometimes they get paranoid. They begin to watch everything. They want to make sure that, okay, let me be in control of what is going on around the environment. And the truth is, we can't we can't control the the children, I mean, the environment. We can just put things in place. We can't tell the children not to explore or not to want to, go around the environment and do all sorts. But what can we do? We can just make sure we put the right things in place. So it is normal for you to have some form of fears. And you're like, oh, will my child be fine? Just a parent. Okay, so let me just share a fear that I'm having right now. My son will be going to college in September, and of course, the school is like a walking distance from the house. And I'm beginning to think, is gonna have new friends? Is gonna meet new people? And even so, a few days, and I have to walk back from school. So, what are the risks involved? So, it is normal for you as a parent to think and start wondering, will my child be sick? Is my child sick? Is my child okay? But what we can do is to educate them appropriately and then, all the time consistently. We keep giving them this education, basic education. This is what you're supposed to do. Don't talk to strangers. Your body is your body. Keep your hands to yourself. If you notice anything, talk about it to an adult that is right there. Don't leave anything that you're not comfortable with on set. Report it immediately. Talk to somebody. Ask for help. If you find yourself in a place you can't, retrace your location, stay right there and wait for help. Don't start running. So when we give them this education, it helps them to navigate through like daily activities. But for the fear, yes, there are always fear. There
Yes.
are always fear because yes.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you so much. So, I have one last question before we end our conversation. How early can we start educating our children?
I'll hurry as early as possible. Children from I think 6, 8 months now, they start saying mama, dada. As long as they start making words, they start recognizing faces. Let's start telling them. Because sometimes we feel that they are too young. They can't
Yeah,
talk. They
yeah.
can't understand. But they can. They can. According to Mariam, I'm sorry, she says that this 3 years below they have the observant mind where they're taking everything. So that is what happens. So as soon as we notice that it begins to, of course, you don't tell a child this is your mama, this is your dada. They,
Same.
one way or the other, they're able to figure out the familiar faces in the house. Yeah, so as soon as we can, let's start telling them, hey, don't go there, you're going to get yourself injured.
Mm.
Stay away, do this, use the right words, and of course, encourage safe play. As young as they are, they want to run everywhere, but make sure you encourage them to play safe as young as they are, as young as they are. So there is no timing that is perfect. It is better to start early.
Awesome. Patience, thank you so much for sharing your wonderful thoughts with us, your experiences, and your commitment to child safety is so evident. And I hope that everyone who listens to this conversation will realize the need to educate everyone in our communities about child safety so that we can
Yes.
keep our children safe. Patience, thank you so much for being here today with
You're
me,
welcome.
and all the best with everything that you do. And hopefully, we will get to interact more.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Patience.
you.
Bye for now.
Bye. Bye.